I think we're live. Oh boy.
Essentially, we are. Oh boy.
This is not what we expected.
Oh my.
Oh boy, always a good start.
Yes. So, welcome everyone to a campaign of Trophy Gold, more specifically, Roots of Old Kalduhr. For folks at home, of Old Kalduhr is within the Trophy Gold book. So, if you want to follow along, open up the core PDF and you can see what I'm doing. Or maybe not, because it is a skeleton of the campaign, because the real meat of around here is my fellow players, and I would like everyone to introduce themselves. Starting from where I see on screen. Let's go with John.
Hello, I'm John/nerdy.d. I'm one of your meat today. I am playing Arum, and I also run a channel at Tabletop Revolution. Super excited to be in community with you all and play some Trophy Gold. I use he, him pronouns.
Let's go clockwise, and we'll go with Doc.
That's me. I am wise to clocks. Hi, I'm Doc. I'm Doc Grimbo. I use he, she, and they pronouns. And I am scared of skeletons. So I hope that was just a metaphor because, like, they're creepy if they get up and walk around on their own. I'm playing Casian, and you'll meet them in a little bit. But I'm super excited to play the system with these lovely people who are very wonderful to play games with. Thanks for being here.
Next is Sam.
Yo, I am also a meat flesh skeleton covered person. And I am Sam. I use she, they pronouns. And tonight I will be playing Valen, who uses he, him pronouns. And I'm just excited for the chaotic energy that this cast is going to bring. So see the spookiness. I'm already really nervous, so I'm excited.
Yeah, same.
Next is Casper.
Yo, everybody. My name is Casper, the MD Ghost. You can call me Casper. I am the non-binary ghost. So my pronouns are he, they. I am playing Ifori, and I don't know how long these teeth are going to last. Anyway, other than that, I'm excited to get back into it. I miss my nub and stub kind of guy.
And finally, but not least, Switchel.
Hello, I'm Switchel or Switch. I use she, I use he, I use they. I use my pronoun is whatever fits the bit. I am playing Nevin in this adventure, and this is my very first series on High Shelf Collected, so I'm excited to be here.
Mm-hmm. And finally, I am Chaotic. I use he, they pronouns, and I will be the Trophy Master. Because I made a little joke and it stuck. But where were we? Deep within the heart of the Kalduhr forest, there is a rumor that has been confirmed by our lovely little group of treasure hunters. Not adventurers, because adventurers are noble. These people aren't. That's the previous inhabitants of this world, long time ago, had fabulous treasures, wealth beyond measure, magic, science, art. But long ago, they disappeared beneath the surface. But it was lost to time until recently, in which our treasure hunters have discovered an entrance to Old Kalduhr. So, the Kalduhr is going to be mentioned a lot because it's Kalduhr first, Kalduhr the continent. But we are climbing on down down a spiraling staircase where the edges of just drop off into the abyss. No guardrails. Very, very dark. Treacherous, even. But I have a question for y'all. What light source are you using? Because it is dark. Unless you want to wander in the dark.
I am not above using my fire hand.
Okay.
I'll just fist up, very proud.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a great question. So we have some starting stuff.
Yes.
But not necessarily, all the goodies that you might think that an adventurer might start with.
Yes. You also.
So, is there anything around us at this entrance here that we could sort of, jury rig up into a torch or something like that, or anything?
I will note that everyone should have 3 empty backpack slots in which you can pick out an item that may be useful for the circumstance, such as a torch.
Oh, that's right.
Or if you want to be looking in the environment, then this will be a hunt roll.
I think Cassian, who is who I'm playing, Cassian wouldn't be the one to bring a torch, but he would be the one to sort of like scavenge for something. So I'd be happy to do a hunt roll.
Alrighty. I
It's
will.
1 light die, yes?
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
I'm using the roller, and it works fast today. I
yes.
encounter something terrible. I get a 3.
Well, hold on there. You got a little excited.
Starting off
I
strong.
did get excited. I
Yes.
got excited about
You were
torches.
just so excited to encounter something terrible.
Yes, because one of the sort of starting blocks about the hunt roll is that you ask me questions, and you didn't ask me any questions.
I certainly did. I asked, is there something around that I can scavenge and turn into a light source?
Question.
Okay.
Challenged.
All right, that's
Or
the
are
only
you
question
asking for
that.
something more esoteric?
I was just wondering if you wanted any more questions.
Oh, what other questions would I need?
Oh,
Um,
A way to
Back
light
behind.
the torch. Well, actually, I might fix. I might have a way to light the torch. Oh yeah, you have.
Literally a fire hand.
Rory's hand. Yeah.
Amazing.
all right.
What?
High
Ah!
five.
Once the fire hand lights up, what
Mhm.
do we see around the entrance here? Is this like a well-trodden place, or has this thing not been opened in forever?
Yeah.
Is there a big barrel of torches and umbrellas by the door?
All right.
The ladder, probably, right?
Yeah. But okay, I see. That was what I was looking for, just in case you wanted more questions. Otherwise, there would be a lot of hunt rolls, and that could escalate things majorly.
So forget that hunt roll. Forget it.
No, I'm not, because you got
Okay.
excited.
We win.
Don't forget it.
Yeah. I mean, if you were a little bit more patient, you could have gotten a second light die from Ifiori.
Do not have that gift.
No patience for you.
As you're just generally looking around down the stairs, with a little bit of light coming from like the hatch still above, seeing like, oh, is there like any resources left behind? Goods, anything torch-like, sticks. There is a variety of moss and fungi growing down here that is ever so slightly bioluminescent.
So we've got vague.
So
Yeah.
noticing that. So first of all, can I describe Cassian? Can I give
Yes. I would
little
like
look
you
at
to
him?
describe in case Cassian is going to do anything else.
Cassian, uncharacteristically, is stepping out first to sort of like look in this. Is it a hole in the ground? Is it in a wall? Is it?
It is a hole in the ground where there is like a staircase you have to like crouch on
Like
down.
a spiral staircase, or is it like
Spiral.
a straight down? Okay.
Yeah, spiral around like a sort of central stone column, and then
Okay.
just void outwards backwards because of just like how massive the space is.
How big is it? Are
We
we
drop
talking
a rock.
like?
See how long
Oh.
it takes to clatter.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Valen, that sounds like a hunt roll because like you're dropping a rock, seeing how deep it is.
Oh, I got you.
In terms of asking other questions of like what's in the area, there is the stairs do look like man-made and whatnot, so like it's not like something sort of like cavern naturally development. But Valen, do you have any other questions for me?
No, Malin has a one-track mind. Right now, he is trying to decide how deep this thing is
Mm-hmm.
and simply drops a rock. He got a token, but encounters something terrible as well.
Again, people are getting way too excited because
Everyone stop looking for things.
yeah. Something to note. Using skills or equipment can get you a second light die. So gotta be careful.
We may have
Well-
gone over this in session 0,
Yep.
but just to reiterate, when we roll something like encounter something terrible, is that something that has to happen immediately, or does that just go into the GM's pocket to pull out later?
I do reveal it slowly, as though
Okay.
things are escalating.
So you're
It may
holding
not
the-
be it may not be as observant, like obvious at first, because like I may not answer all of your questions, especially the ones you don't ask.
I see.
Such as
So-
like what sort of plant life is here, or that sort of thing. I didn't answer that because like
No.
it wasn't
We
asked.
didn't ask.
Yeah.
Sure.
Fair
In
enough.
terms of the rock dropping,
Mm-hmm.
it falls. Whoosh. Seconds passed. About a minute. And then clatter.
A whole minute.
Yeah, whole minute.
So as that minute passes, we get a look at Cassian, who very warily approaches the edge of this spiral, this pit. He is small, and he's small in a way that like he almost like folds in on himself. He's very slight. He is maybe 5 foot and change, and is like his face is dirty. He keeps his hood up a lot. He is very quiet, and the rest of the group, in the short time they've known each other, already knows this about him. Is that Casey's usually in the background, but he walks up at this point for the first time, and he has a rope, and on the other end of the rope is a goat, and so he's sort of walking. The goat is smarter than Cassian, so the goat is staying back. So he's kind of got his hand behind him as he approaches the hole,
The goat is
and
belaying.
and he just sort of looks over and sees the moss down there, and he's like, and he's waiting because I think he saw Valen like kick the rock, or throw the rock down there.
Yeah.
Valen like tossed a rock, and he's like, did it hit? And then it clacks like after a minute, and he's like, was that the same rock, Valen, that you kicked down there?
I would hope so, or else there's someone else down there throwing rocks.
It's a long way down. He just looks at the plants a little bit, and he starts thinking like, does anybody know anything about plants and mosses? There's some glowing something, and I want to know, should I stop Lightning King from eating it, or should we turn it into like a lantern or something? It's being very cautious.
Valen, what do you look like?
Valen almost towers over. Is it Kason?
Cassian.
Cassian. Thank you.
Yeah.
And you see him looking at very heavily bearded face. You can't tell if he's like stocky or thin because he has so many like layers of pelts and clothing and just pockets on him. It looks like he's like this is his environment almost. Definitely used to being out here in this rugged type of area. But his eyes are now like focused on the moss after Casing has mentioned it. And not even missing a beat, he just kind of reaches out, pulls some of the moss that's grown onto the rock, rubbing it against his fingers, and then just pops it into his mouth.
Okay.
He must eat.
Lightning King sees this happen and says,
Yeah.
"We'll see if he dies first, and then you can eat some."
I think
Do have a skill
Yeah.
that I'm also using called Gardener.
Mhm.
So Valen's attempting to consume a plant to absorb some of its memories to see who has passed by, how recently they've passed by, and what manner of creature were they.
Yeah. I think a little bit of a rewind here because I need to give you a little bit of a detail because I still technically owe a little bit of a terrible thing. As you pick up the moss,
Damn it.
the clump just picks up rather than like a small little piece
Yeah.
because it's a sort of crab-like creature, sort of wiggling around, trying to snip at you. That's like has like fungal growths out of it, and is making a little bit of a hissing noise. It's just like
As you pop it in your mouth.
Yeah. Is it still mouth-sized?
it is still mouth-sized. You can like take a bite out of it if you want to, but it may try to pinch you.
It also might not qualify as plant at this point. I'm not sure.
I'm sure it qualifies as food.
Yeah.
Mouth-sized is not the question, I feel.
In terms of whether or not it counts as plant, I will say it counts as plant.
It counts as plant. A
I will-
crunchy plant.
Yes, it will be a risk roll though because you're using a ritual gardener, but I will give you information
All right.
as a result of it.
Instead of the soft sort of crunch of moss, it's definitely got that texture of an exoskeleton.
Yes, and we need to take this slowly because, like, you're intending to get memories from it that you say what it. Everyone else gets to say what do they think can go wrong. It's a crab. It will try to fight back and try to like tear at you, and will be generally very upset, and may attract more crabs.
In terms of what might go wrong, Lightning King could get really jealous about this. And I'm trying to make friends with the group and my goat so they don't eat him. And so I'm trying to keep Lightning King from like headbutting Valen.
Oh.
I'm gonna say something that could go wrong is like a crab could, like the crab can like scratch up your mouth and like get a good hold of your tongue while it's on its way down and stuff.
Now, how sharp them claws?
Yeah.
Pretty sharp.
A crab might also have some horrible kind of spores or something that happen to be able to survive the biome of a human's insides. It's very possible that you could inhale something deeply unpleasant in ways that we can't even begin to guess at this point.
I'm gonna say you get really high off of spores.
I was thinking more like mycelia growing down your throat, but yes, that works.
Yeah,
too.
no.
Yeah, Switchel went straight to Last of Us.
Yeah, no, I feel that. I just also love the idea of one of us being blitzed out of our mind while we're trying to.
Valen just starts seeing shit.
yeah.
And has
It would
to
make sense
climb
for
down
it
the
to be.
staircase.
It would make sense for it to be the ranger, honestly.
Do you have any skills or pieces of equipment that can assist you with this ritual.
My teeth.
Your teeth do not count.
Antacids.
So like skills in the way of beasts and hunting, correct?
Correct.
I have both of
Beasts
those.
Since you are trying to seek memories related to other creatures' presence nearby this thing, could an argument be made for tracking?
That is possible. I will say that.
I have all three of
Yeah.
those.
Devil's bargains. God, I'm just gonna blatantly steal from Casper and say, no matter what, you get high off this crab.
You're welcome.
Is that a devil's bargain or is that an awesome
It's
bargain?
a really good time.
I accept the
It's
bargain.
gonna add bad dice to our rolls later.
Okay. Is there anyone else who wants to add any devil's bargains that might be more interesting?
No matter what, it injures your tongue, and you're unable to speak until it's healed, which takes some time.
Or if you do, the
Ooh.
tongue is really swollen, and so everything
Yeah,
you say
yeah,
sounds
you can't
unintelligible.
communicate clearly.
Oh, how well.
Blah.
All right. High as F, and the tongue is definitely swollen.
You just have to pick one. It's either
Yeah, you don't have to pick both.
Which
Hey,
one do you want?
Yeah, you've played with me.
both.
If there is
Both.
multiple bad things that can happen, I will pick them for the flavor.
Mhm.
And I'm sorry, just again to recap.
The
So,
flavor?
devil's bargain. If we
Yeah.
pick one of these terrible options that's being presented,
Yep.
we get another light die to
Yes,
our
you
roll?
get
Okay.
a second light die, but you don't
Got it.
have to pick any. But it does help you, because like the third die you're gonna get is the dark die because it's a ritual, and rituals are inherently risky. So roll
So
2 light and 1
Perfect.
dark risk roll.
Let's
Going
go.
ahead. All right. It says Valen rolled a 5. You can add a dark die and re-roll.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you do. I'm gonna say the complication.
Porque no?
Because you eat this crab,
Mhm.
it will share its memories with other crabs. And the crabs will start to awaken out of their little burrows and start climbing on out. But you will get the memories. Unless you want to re-roll.
Crab King? Is that what I'm hearing? Crab King?
Crab swarm.
Oh crap! They're gonna act like scarabs, aren't they?
So Tom, I'm learning the system.
Mm-hmm.
3 is pretty normal. I mean, there's definitely a distinct possibility that I could get higher on that dark
Yeah.
die and make it worse.
Yes. However, a 6 dark would be like beneficial because then it would be there's no complications. You just have a room increase. So it would be 2 light, 2 dark. But if you're fine with crab swarm, then you can keep it.
Good with crab swarm, guys.
I have a fire hand and a fire foot. I'm good with any swarm.
These
Mhm.
things are clearly edible.
Amazing.
So we have now gained a feast.
Yes.
Clearly.
Can you please say that with a swollen tongue?
Yeah, no, feast.
It's like the foot edible.
Oh,
Yeah, they
the
sound great.
wall is moving.
Yeah. You're
I just wanted to find something that could use as a torch,
mhm.
and you started eating everything.
So, Valen, I would like you to take the condition Visions of Old.
Okay.
That doesn't sound ominous, so that's
Yeah.
probably fine.
Yeah.
I've never been more concerned about the age of crabs before.
Yes. I think you see visions of people heading down here, some with torches, some without, heading down and down. People that you don't recognize, but that's really all this particular crab knows because, like, it lives on the stairs, so it just sees people traveling down the stairs. But something that has been wiped away. Messages, warnings, showing loose bits of stone, where if you were to step on, would crumble beneath your feet, causing you to fall down. So you do get that important information. So you know how to get down the stairs pretty safely. However,
Crabs
Cool.
notwithstanding.
crabs notwithstanding,
They say you walk where you're walking.
What?
Walk.
Watch where you're
Just
walking.
walk.
And KCN doesn't say anything because he wants other people to talk so they can introduce their characters.
yes. Specifically, I'm going to focus on Aram, since you do have like a light source via your hand.
Yeah.
Uh,
So my 6'8", or 6 foot something taller than me in real life, shirtless with one long snake tattoo on their arm, not the arm that is currently on fire, but the one that has a gloved metal hand, like a
Like
metal
a gauntlet.
glove, a metal gauntlet. Thank you. Words. I'm good at that. They are walking around with their left foot ignited and a right hand ignited, completely shirtless. You can clearly see their scars across their body, notably the ones underneath their pecs, and across their face. And it looks like their jaw is like permanently broken. You don't know if that's just to show off their lower fangs or if they're actually have a broken jaw, and they will never tell you. But they're carrying around like a sword and messing with the bangle that they had just gotten, making sure it doesn't fall off. Holding their a flamed hand aloft, trying to not lead the way, but like figure out where the group is going as a whole. Yeah, they see them eat the crab, the moss colored crab, and hear the incoming swarm and are unbothered. Yeah.
yeah. Up from below. It only starts with little crabs at first. And so you can like just kick them away. But then they start to get bigger.
Oh.
Some starting to rise like the size of probably closer to like an ale cup, closer to the size of a ball, closer to the size of a cartwheel, as this big looming crab is coming up the stairs. And
now
you realize,
they're starting to be a problem.
oh, you just ate a little baby crab.
You guys seen the cloud too? Oh, a big one.
Yeah, we see
See it?
this ball. I think that it's family. The one that you ate. This is its family.
When
I'm going
Sorry.
to move away, and he runs like he just moves further away.
when
Yeah.
when the big ones start to show up, like when I start noticing that they are bigger than the goat,
Yeah.
I'm going to grab my sword with my flame hand and let that fire engulf around the blade and be like, all right, now it's a problem.
Yeah. Here's the thing. This is going to be a combat.
Yay.
Normally, it is a combat 7. However, you have discovered its weakness, which is a display of magic.
Oh, not teeth.
No, I thought it was teeth too. Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah.
It's not teeth.
Well,
It's rarely ever
to be
teeth.
fair,
Whoa, that was a very
They
anti-teeth
only did eat
comment that
one.
we just got.
Being pretty teethist right now. Being pretty dentist right now, actually.
Mm-hmm. I'll have to prove you wrong there.
I will add.
And we're done.
my
Thanks. That was a
teeth-
great episode, everyone.
I will add my teeth monster. Do not make me add my teeth monster.
Guys, let's calm down.
Teeth
We're
monster,
gonna calm down a
teeth
little bit.
All right, don't poke chaotic. Don't poke him.
All right, so this is going to be endurance 6 combat. Anyone who would like to be in the fight has to roll a weak point and say how they're vulnerable.
Remind me
Easy.
how we roll weak points.
It is a single light die.
Weak
In
point
case it
4.
wasn't clear,
Yeah.
Cassian and Lightning King move and hide behind one of the statues away from the giant expanding crabs.
You're
And
just
does
heading
not
back
engage
up.
in combat.
You're just heading back up the stairs.
I'm just I assume we're not that far down because we didn't
Not that
say
far.
we're going in. So
Yeah.
he just like sort of backs up and he backs behind one of those big statues that are surrounding it, and he pulls Lightning King with him, and they find a place to hide.
Mm-hmm.
Weak point 1.
Nice.
Towards the back of the party, for lack of a better word, there is somebody who looks deeply uncomfortable to be here at all. He's very, I would say, slightly taller than average and slightly underweight for his height. His clothing is very unremarkable. It looks like he's been wearing the same clothing for a few years and it just hangs off of his frame. He's got scarring across his face. One ear is gone. A few fingers on the left hand are gone. And he has this very furtive, kind of avoidant nature that you've noticed, where he really just tries to not be the first into literally anything. But since we're doing this, he, without pretty much asking any questions, hefts a, it acts as a spear. What it is a giant steel rod with a nasty barb on the end that's been rusted by years of saltwater exposure that he just has with him. And he is towards the back, so he doesn't have a terrific line of sight as he's got to figure out how to spear things over and around people. But he is game to take down some crap. And his roll is a 2, by the way.
Oh, mine was a 1 as I ignite my flame and ready myself.
Anyone else into this combat?
I think Aram is in this combat as well, and I think you see. So Aram is kind of close to the offerings, and so is sort of like touching the area around the offerings and around the hatch after that encounter with the ghost guard. And I think it's a little creepy to look like. So he's hunched over. Normally, Aram is about 5'7" or so sort of like taller than Cassian, for example, but is like really used to sort of like hunching and sort of like closing off, and sort of brown cloak, hood over, but has been like really lingering by the offerings. And I think kind of creepily for anyone who's looking, like the crabs kind of like the littler crabs crawl over Aram for a while before Aram sort of notices. And then Aram doesn't seem to react that much. And is sort of like lost in thought before sort of like shaking himself out of it and then kind of gripping his staff a little tighter. But it's still not quite like what a human reaction to being covered with crabs would be like. And so there's something a little off, but Aram's jumping into the combat. And Aram rolled a 2 weak point.
Cool. Chaotic, what is, if I may ask like a rule question,
Yes.
the downfall of using rituals? Is there a downside to them? Like, should we not use them often?
For using rituals in combat, you just wouldn't be part of like the combat round. You would have to be at like a distance. As for generally, as a rule, rituals are a little bit more risky in terms of risk rolls. However, sometimes I will rule of like this is just a sort of a passive effect, such as lighting a flame for a torch or anything, something the equivalent of like a cantrip. I will allow. However, putting weird stuff in your mouth is, I would say, is dangerous. So
With that attitude, yeah, but we're good. All right, and you
We
need
all
to
have
know
teeth, right? Yeah.
We all have teeth.
yeah,
Most of the teeth.
Yeah,
Don't
I
be
know.
all of them.
yeah, and I don't think teeth is like exactly equipment because it is like a body part. Like because like you can like easily lose equipment.
You can easily lose
Lose
teeth.
I mean, you could also easily lose a hand, but however, we didn't call that equipment. Anyways,
All relative.
uh, uh, Nevin, are you? Wait, no. Ooh,
Our
yeah,
names
yeah,
are all very similar.
yeah,
We
Yeah.
all rolled on the same
Just
chart.
covered nicknames.
Keep that. Keep-
yeah. So okay, so we have Ifori with 1, Nevin with 2, Aram with 2, uh, anyone
Casey in
have
hiding.
Casey
Valen
and
has
I,
a 4.
Valen at 4. All right, how is Valen weak?
Well, Valen is high.
Yeah,
Um,
That'll do it.
Yeah.
that
That'll-
will do it. So Valen does not
You see
sense
expanding
that there's
crabs, and you're like, "Is this the mushroom I just ate?"
right, because they're
Or
all
is it
kind of
real?
like growing. It's almost like an aura that they see. It's
Mhm.
like, so they are definitely continuing down the path.
Mhm.
They have a spirit. It's in much better condition than oh shoot, I'm gonna get everyone's character's names down. Nevin's. Looks like the wood is like well lacquered. The tip of the spear has been, honed and sharpened and cleaned. No rust on any of his equipment. But he's attempting to walk down this spiral staircase and just kind of like whacking anything out of his way while like whistling a tune that like does not follow any sort of like lyrical pattern.
all right.
Ifori, the woodpecker. Sorry.
I
Look, a song. A good one. I'll sing that one.
yeah. All right. Nevin, I would like you to roll a combat 4. So you roll 4d6.
4d6. All
Yes.
Are they all light or?
All dark, technically
dark.
speaking.
Thank you.
Fine.
Okay, we have 6, 6, 5, and 1.
Ifori, you will take a hit.
What? That's
Uh,
fine.
Rolled the 1.
rolled 1. Matches equals 1 point of ruin for every match.
Okay.
Yes.
So my hit, I add 1 ruin.
1 ruin.
I can live with that.
Yes. So, however, 6, 6, the 2 highest is a total of 12, which is really, really well. So the creatures are defeated.
Take that, crabs.
Yes. But we're still going to narrate combat anyway, seeing like how each of you do. Aram, take it away. What do you do in this
So
combat?
I think Aram kind of like lost in sort of like these ghostly nostalgic memories for a second, like kind of finally shakes himself out, realizes there are crabs crawling over his body, and so just has a complete sort of like shift from sort of seeming to be like lost in thought to like very much kind of like shaking, and then really just it kind of seems both comedic, almost comedic, but also just very horrifying to see just sort of this man like take literally like a large staff and trying to strike around at crabs, and it's both successful and not successful in that this is both effective but not against this many crabs. So I think you see lots of crabs perishing, but also it is sort of just like a man flailing around, and it's kind of desperate, somewhat funny, but mostly kind of scary almost in its own way.
Let's go with Nevin next.
All right. Nevin, by this point, nobody has really seen him super duper involve himself in most, except for one instance immediately outside the dungeon where he attempted to throw a spear through a ghost. So,
We've all done it.
you know, it happens. But in this case, he really does seem to sort of lock in as that big, solid piece of metal. He just sort of immediately hefts up on his shoulder with one hand, and anywhere he strikes, he hits at least one of them. And once he's sort of cleared a little bit of a way for him to step down without stepping on a live crab, he goes back, throws it like a javelin, and it spears right through the largest of the crabs.
Ifyori, narrate your turn and how you take ruin, such as how do you get hit by the crabs.
Well, everybody's focusing on the smaller ones. I go in for the big one immediately.
Mhm.
I start smashing it with my flaming sword because, of course.
Mhm.
And to be even cockier, I like switch it over to my offhand, which is my left hand. The flames douse on it, but like I'm still like punching it with one hand and whatever. It's gonna catch my sword in one of its claws, and like I don't know, punch back at me, and like grab my. I guess that keeps knocks me off guard, and so it grabs my flaming hand and making it go, um, and as it's like got my wrist and both my hands are locked up, um, over my shoulder, a spear comes in and like gets it in between the eyes, and
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
it leaves it's like crushed my wrist, but that doesn't stop me from like fight. Like I'm in pain, but like I'm not out.
Yeah. Take crushed wrist as a condition.
Oh, great.
Mhm.
Had to tell a cool story.
Yeah, yeah.
As you do.
It's I'm very impressed. And finally, Valen, defeat the final bits of crabs that remain.
Like I said, Valen is very nonplussed about all of this. They are continuing down that path, and before, did you actually sing that tune earlier,
Yeah,
or is that
of course.
yeah? So with like his swollen mouth, as he's just like swinging wildly, like there's no like grace, no like method. He's just knocking these crabs off of the stairs to fall down into the pit. With their like little squills echoing off the walls. He's like, oh, I whack this thing off, and it's just continuing down the stairs. So I don't know if there's like a mother crab, but like his friends definitely look way better behind him. He's just going down.
And I suppose who feels particularly lucky for the gold roll, which would
Uh,
be a gold 6.
I feel very lucky right now.
You're just high.
Valen's feeling real lucky.
I'm like, right, guys.
I'll give it a Valen.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They're
Sure.
singing my song. We're good.
As long as it's not on me.
Just blame me. It's all good. What am I rolling?
Gold 6. You are looking for every 6 is a point of gold.
So do I move it up to 6? Okay.
Yes.
Boop. We got 1 gold.
Excellent.
Hey, that's 1 gold that we didn't have before.
Oh, it's almost shiny.
That's wise.
Yeah, there we go. I think in terms of just general treasure, I think some of the crabs, as particularly the big one, with its like sort of crushed in, there appears to be something shiny in it, and you realize that the crab has eaten sort of like very bits and bobs, and they have fermented in some sort of like pearls, like a
Treasure
blue,
blobs.
yeah, blue-green pearl, and that is worth 1 gold.
Fermented is an interesting verb to use with pearls here, just to name it.
I do not know how pearls are formed.
Fermentation.
Fermentation.
Yeah.
It sounds.
Yeah.
This is something that is just like on the crab that Valen would be able to like pull off of it,
Or dig out from it. I
dig
think.
out, just like punch into its mouth past its teeth and like withdraw it.
Yeah. Add it to your found equipment.
Fermented pearls.
But I have a question for the group.
Yes.
What will you name this creature?
The dead
Um,
one?
A moss
The moss
the
crabs in
crab.
general.
Yeah, the crabs in general.
Uh,
The crab hive.
mm,
Chitinous gutter snipes.
There it is.
okay.
Oh,
I'm
law
not
of
arguing
words
with
right
that.
there. Oh, they all mean. Oh yeah. You know how to spell that. Go ahead.
Yeah.
There's a silent H in there.
Mm.
Yeah, KHY.
Is it over with the big crabs?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Everyone all right?
I'm fixing my tooth and my wrist is crushed.
Nevin.
Oh, do you need healing?
Oh.
I'll take it.
I can't do that. I'm just wondering.
Cool.
Okay.
I put my tooth back in.
Making conversation. I have a question about the world.
Yes.
The crabs that are dead that had like the lichen connected to them, or like they put on their shells or whatever, is the lichen still active?
Yes. Because it seems to be a sort of like symbiotic sort of type of
It's still-
relationship. Yeah, it's
Is
still
it still
glowing.
bioluminescent? Is it still glowing?
It's still, yeah, I would say like it is a very short bioluminescence. Like it's about shorter range than a candle.
Yeah. He's like, oh, I'm not sure this is worth it.
If you put them all over the goat, or all
What's
goat.
wrong with your tongue? Ah! And the goat back at you.
For the record, my foot is still on fire, so we have some sort of light.
Hooray!
Oh, not your hand, your foot too.
Yeah, in my hand.
Yeah.
Man, look
Valen
Well,
said,
it normally, yeah, and then my foot is a good backup.
well, you should go first, or maybe in the middle or something, so we can see. It looks dark in that hole.
I
Yeah.
also have one world question. Oh,
Yeah.
Sorry. Does Valen know if it was the crabs or the moss that had the psychedelic properties?
Probably a little bit of column A, a little bit column B, because like the crabs, they are scavenger types of creatures.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so they
s-
probably ate the lichen, and then by biomagnification.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Just making up words now.
Magnification.
Yeah, yeah. That
Can
sounds like a made
I
up word.
put
Enhance.
some of the smaller crabs in my pocket for later?
yes, you can put that into found equipment. Crab stuff.
Crab.
While Euphoria is sort of being triaged by Lightning King and company, Nevin is just sort of skulks his way past them, grabs a hold of his spear, puts a foot on the cracked shell of the crab, and just kind of with this wet crunch just sort of yanks it out of the crab, shakes it off.
Snaps for you.
I don't suppose that stuff cooks out, does it?
Might.
As he's sort of
I bet if we
frowning
did
at the
cook it-
bioluminescence.
It's fine
If we-
raw.
If we cook it, I bet Valen would eat it.
Probably
He'll eat
raw.
anything.
Well,
He's gonna kind of squat down by just any one of the crabs that happens to be around. I would like to invest. Well, I would like to. Well, I mean, the big one, the small one, the in between. They all are kind of glowy and crunchy. More or less, I'm looking at my skills with food to see if
Okay.
potentially there is some edibility in these that won't also turn us all wizard high.
Yeah.
Yes. I suppose it just to give the youth for this for free because it is technically not furthering your goal of going down the stairs.
Fair.
You know different types of animals that do like invoke like a type of high, particularly with more sea life, like pufferfish, that you do like have to like cook them and remove like aspects of them. So you would have to like remove like the sort of fungal
Digestive
growths off
tract and
of,
the
yeah.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, and
Okay.
then cook the
Cooked up.
crab to
Oh,
make
yeah.
sure all the poison gets cooked out, and they would be pretty tasty, like comparable to soft water crabs.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Uh,
that's lunch. And he
Mhm.
just starts picking up any crabs roughly about the size of his hand because he knows if these were soft shells, that would be a nice, size. And just starts, picking them up, packing lunch.
Casey and I'll help just collect, whatever pieces are
Yeah.
a claw here, whatever.
Mind the snippers, boy. They'll still close after they're dead.
Yeah, if Fori's gonna head down the thing,
Mhm.
still trying to fix his tooth with no success.
Bless him.
And like after giving up on the tooth, they're going to like start massaging their hand. I do have bandages. I don't know what a bandage is gonna do to my crushed hand, or crushed wrist, because I don't have a hand.
Stabilize it.
So
not a doctor.
I'm gonna bandage up my crushed wrist because this is not the first time I've had one of these.
Yeah.
is there an assist mechanic?
Technically, like, rune removal is a little bit difficult, especially mid incursion. Typically, it would be either specifically mentioned by the text that it does remove one rune, or would be a risk roll. Thematically, you could just use it without decreasing rune, and I would say like the condition would be mitigated. But if you want to remove the rune, then that would be risk roll.
I wasn't trying to remove the ruin. I was just like, I've had injuries before, so I'm just wrapping this bitch up so it doesn't get worse.
Yeah.
Kind of situation.
Mhm.
Like I'll take care of it for real when I get to a doctor.
Yeah.
When we're done with this, but like for now, it's a splint until I can get home.
Yeah. Spend the use of bandages.
Got it.
If Casey sees if we're doing that and sort of like, but wrapping the bandage up, whatever, stabilizing it, say if we need to get back to a doctor, a lot of times when I talk to people, they go places and then they go back to town or whatever and back and forth. How long do you think we're going to be down there? Because it looks very deep and will take a long time. He asks the group.
Yeah.
We all started. Why do you want to go back up?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I know you're fine, but I mean, I'm just wondering, like, are we planning to be gone for a while? Or
We're gonna be gone as long as we need to be gone.
Yeah. You do
Unless you want to leave early.
no, I'm just, I was just asking because people go back and forth. People leave and then some of them come back. not a woman.
Pushing a little faster.
I didn't understand the words you're saying because of your tongue.
Well, it's hard to talk. I don't understand. But if I push you, you're
I
going
like you
faster.
too.
Yeah. If they push you, it'll move. It'll move faster.
Oh, that's right. If they push, wait, no, I don't want to be pushed.
Oh, in the hole.
Okay, and then we just start descending
Mhm.
down the stairs. Watch out for loose pebbles and things.
And I think you eventually, after a long time, because this is a very tall staircase, that you will all get to the bottom. But for now, we are going to go on break.
All right.
Mm.
And we're back. At the bottom of the stairs, it's a little alcove at first, but then it opens up onto the streets of Old Kalduhr. This has not been seen in ages and millennia. But even still, you can see amongst the buildings every so often a flameless light flickering. And just awaits, just sort of revealing to you that even now, a sleepless power lingers here. In the sort of area that you're currently at, it seems to be some sort of residential district. Multiple, like, like, like buildings next to each other. There are murals painted onto the wall of just family histories of like showing who lives there, children playing. There is various like side streets going even further into other buildings and whatnot, and the flooring itself is of like different green colored like cobblestones. It is, and even though you are underground, there are sort of leaves like from like trees down here still. But I will reveal that the set goal for this is a little bit less obvious than the previous one, and it's to travel between the locations of Old Kalduhr. These streets can lead to several places, and it's up for you to explore them.
All right. Did anybody buy a star map at the Welcome Center?
Okay.
Dead.
Oh. I have a question.
Yes.
So this is kind of a retroactive question. So it's sort of like, what do we know about Old Kalduhr in terms of
Oh.
like how it fell, or do we know anything at all, or
Yeah, since it's been about 2 weeks since I
Yeah,
did talk about it, and
Just a
so far
refresher.
the audience doesn't truly know all about it.
it's older than New Kalduhr.
Yeah, it's newer than New Kalduhr. Newer than like Amberite is much newer than Old Kalduhr. It was a much more advanced civilization than the present day, even particularly in the realms of art, science, and ritual magic. The god monarchs of Old Kalduhr used forbidden rituals to take over like the spirits of the earth to command to their will, rip holes in the fabric of reality,
Sure.
and unleash monstrosities onto their enemies, to the point where like the only other people that remained were the giants of old. There are no more giants. And so they decided, you know what's a good idea? Set fire to the skies. And that's why they ended up underground, to escape the flaming inferno. So, and currently, above ground is nothing but forest for miles on end. So this has happened a very, very long time ago.
In this settlement, or this city that we're entering, or this
Yes.
whatever remnant of a city,
Yeah.
are we talking? Is it like we don't expect anyone to live here or
Uh,
anything? You think that like the civilization here is gone?
Nothing.
Maybe dangerous things.
Like the closest you could expect down here would be like, oh, maybe another group of treasure hunters
Sure,
from your
right.
like particular camp came down through another entrance, or
Yeah.
monsters like the crabs.
Okay. In that case, I think Cassian, as we all approach Cassian, the first thing Cassian looks for is like an alleyway,
Mhm.
you know,
Yeah.
because Cassian has street kid instincts,
Mhm.
and so he's kind of looking like, where's our escape route, like where's all that stuff? He's a coward, but like
Yeah.
he's just sort of like sizing this up. Are these buildings all like close together? Are they spread out a little
Mm-hmm.
bit? Does it look like a Main Street sort of vibe? Are we in Disney World?
This sounds like it's going to be a hunt roll.
It does sound like that, but I don't want to roll it yet. I want to be patient.
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, you did
I'm
ask
learning.
plenty of questions, so I'll ask you a question. Do you
Okay.
have a relevant skill?
Do I
Or
have a
want-
relevant skill to coming into this civilization and looking for like details
Yeah.
and stuff? Let me see. I think that the best thing. I mean, he is a skulky little boy,
Mhm.
so he has things like security and silence and hiding.
Mhm.
So I think security is what I would go for. Like,
Mhm.
are these shops all locked up? Have they been looted? Is it
Yep.
a dangerous place? That sort of thing.
Plus your personal security. I need
Right.
escape
Well, I know
routes.
you guys are like
Yeah.
you're my bodyguards, but like, what-
You're quite mistaken. We're on Thunder King's payroll.
like he's like, are there people
Yep.
who are like squatting here ready to jump out and punch us in the face?
All right. That would be a 2-die hunt roll. So 2 lights.
Okay. 2 die. Here we go. A 4 and a 5.
A
So I get
5.
a token, but I encounter something terrible.
Yes. So take your token.
Theme here.
Okay.
Make
Yeah, I
sure you
get it.
keep track of that because
Okay.
those tokens can be spent to find treasure or achieve set goals.
Ooh.
So, or any other type of goal if I agree to it, such as healing someone.
Hey, we need to do
I like that goal.
Yeah.
Already established. I don't know how to do that.
That's
Oopsies.
fair.
Canon.
In terms of answers to your question, this particular area, again, residential, I don't think anyone can read Old Kalduhr because it doesn't seem any of you are academic.
I'm
in
not
any
sure
way.
Cassian can read anything.
It's a group of academics.
I'm a liberated prisoner. The closest thing I learned was brimstone, and that's about it.
Hmm.
I'm like a sneak thief.
You never know.
Valen, is that something we could have taken? Because Valen was part of the King's Guard.
Kingsguard, I would probably say no in that regard. I'm talking like people
Bad.
who specifically
Learned. Gotcha.
learned,
Nerds.
going into libraries and whatnot.
High
think-
wizards.
I
Yeah.
think that the most likely to be able to read would be Aram.
Mhm.
Because
Unfortunately,
Aram,
I'd
you were an
agree.
astrologer, and
And astrology is an
you're in
academic.
symbols.
Aram is smart.
I do have knowledge of symbols, so if we want to try and read something, I'd be down.
Yeah, I would say that you probably could get a rudimentary understanding of Old Kalduhr, since this is not quote unquote your expertise, because your expertise is in the stars and astrology. But
A
helping
lot
out.
of judgment there, chaotic, but yes, okay, fine.
I-
hear you. I hear
I
you.
mean, this language is probably over 10,000 years old, so I don't know. It
No,
can't be.
definitely.
Yeah, it can't be expert at everything. But however, you do, helping out with Cassian, do find a street sign. Uh, it does have a word that you're not too familiar with, but it does have a word that sort of refers to a person who sleeps.
So I think sort of like really trying to like decipher this sign and sort of seeing that and trying to help out Cassian as well. I think getting that glimmer, I think I sort of like gesture to the group, and still I'm kind of like thinking about the crabs above,
Mhm.
but say, I think something this way, people or something lingering. I think this is the way to go.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, your guess is as good as mine.
Mhm.
One thing I'd like to do while we're still relatively safe,
Mhm.
something
Famous last
that
words.
yeah, truly. I am interested in establishing some landmarks because I'm concerned about navigation.
Mhm.
What I'd like to do is just from where we are roughly. I'm looking for perhaps signs or patterns in the cobblestones, or maybe distinctive buildings over the rooftops that we can see. I do have a spyglass that could
Mhm.
potentially help me. And I also do have the skill of improvisation that I'm going to try to invoke at every possible opportunity.
Mhm.
Because I am
Okay.
just BSing my way through this.
All right. Uh, uh, okay, that would be, yeah, you would get that would be a 2-die hunt roll as well.
All right.
Yeah.
6 and a 5.
The 6 is what matters. You find a hunt token without finding anything terrible.
Beauty.
I think taking a look at your spyglass, probably there is like a pole nearby just to like use like to like lift yourself a little bit higher to like get a vantage point. You do find out some general like vibes of locations around here. As I try to open the set map, there seems to be like various signs that do have imagery on them rather than just plain words, such as like sort of like a pot of some sort with like sort of vapors that are coming up from it. A sign with like small little people with like a tall person. Okay, and just sort of like amounts to a circle with like a person at the center. You probably think like these sort of locations are more business oriented of sorts. Probably like signs for like, oh, this is a place for either food or bathing because like it's very abstracted. A place for children to be because like with the height difference and whatnot. So yeah, that's what you find. I think just from the terrible thing from earlier, though, there is an sort of a presence here. And I think both Aram and, well, Valen, because both of you have some sort of relation condition to the past, you start to hear voices echoing down the street.
Hello?
Hello.
I think
Casey says
Aram,
back.
as Valen says hello, I'm hearing the voices, and I'm actually like, without even realizing it, I sort of like start slowly walking towards the voices before sort of like shaking myself out of it and like stopping. But I'm drawn to this sort of like echoing in my mind.
You hear them too?
Nothing. We should go further.
Why is there
Didn't you say
nothing?
there
You're
was a
just that
place
way. You're
that was
going the
supposed
way
to
I
go
want
this
to go.
way?
Yes, further down here was something about lingering, staying, sleeping.
Like an inn?
Yes, perhaps an inn. It could
I don't
exactly
think
be.
anyone's going to be working.
Whatever direction you point, I'm gonna just head there.
Mm-hmm.
Can I make a quick aside here that Casey
Yeah.
has been like looking at the buildings
Mm-hmm.
and has been looking for something that looks like it's some sort of a shop or it has goods.
Well, since you're
Um,
looking at the buildings, I think just because like the murals on them,
Mhm.
what speaks to you of your history and compels you to enter the home to visit?
For Casian?
Yes, because this is a residential district.
Okay, yeah, that's right. You said that. So if it's a
Mhm.
residential district, the thing that compels Casey to do that is to get in there and find something that's valuable
Hmm.
and steal it.
Yeah. I suppose I would re-ask the first part of the question of what
Yeah.
speaks to you of your history, like your
I
past.
sure. Oh, great, great. So you're asking him, like, yeah.
Hmm.
I think Casey thinks about when he was growing up on the streets. And what's the name of the new city again?
New city would be Amberette. If it's like a major city, there's
I
other
think he
like
probably
minor
grew up
towns.
there, Ambereth, and grew up, probably fell in and out with other, street people who live in the street, like dishoused
Mhm.
people. And he learned eventually how to pick locks and break and enter and stuff like that. And so he thinks back to one of the first times that like he tried to do that, maybe on his own, like alone, and tried to get into somebody's house, but didn't realize they were home at the time. It just ended badly.
Mhm.
So he's like, probably nobody home here.
Mhm.
He's thinking like this is inside his head. He's like, there's nobody living. I'd probably go inside and see if they
Mhm.
left anything valuable behind. He's like looking in windows. And
Yeah, we're
he's
gonna
checking
kind of
out the locks and how the locks work and just
yeah.
trying to be casual, but is failing.
Yeah, we're gonna cut away from that for now because you might be splitting up the party, which I can handle.
Yeah, I'd be happy to do that and cause
Uh,
disaster.
uh, if you're heading down further to the street, what page is this
Yep.
on? I think you do go down further, and like the buildings do get nicer in places, and like they're like sort of like a cutout. There seems to be more of a natural path where like there is like the gates and whatnot that's open, and like there it turns from cobble to a dirt road, and like
Hmm.
there's grass and trees growing here. There's flowers. Off in the distance, like further out into like sort of natural types of area, it seems to be some sort of villa.
Nice. I'm going to like so the brimstone on my foot has like dissipated and it just reveals like this peg leg, so I adopt a limp as
Mhm.
I'm making my way through the downtown of this ruined city. Um I'm looking around to see if there's any overt threats um at this
Mhm.
point because so far
Mhm.
I've handled
Yeah.
a ghost, I've handled giant crabs, so I'm like, all right, what else is next? Like
Okay.
where are we going?
All right.
But it
Sounds like
looks
a
pretty.
yeah. This sounds like a hunt roll. Do you have any relevant skills or equipment to help you with this?
My skills are command, ferocity, present, and deal, so I don't think so.
Okay, this will be a
And
one die.
equipment,
Yeah.
I've got a whistle just in case I get lost.
Hmm. I don't think a whistle is going to help you find out trouble. Rather, maybe track trouble to you. So this will be a one die hunt roll for now.
Let's go. Okay. What's a 2 get me?
Just something terrible.
Oh, great. Love that.
Uh, I think just taking a look down the path, you do realize that there is an oddly amount of stone statues of people. And the terrible thing is, like, they are not pretty to look at because, like, they're in sort of like what would be considered like by nobility grotesque positions, like they're in terror and fear, and they look like they are running towards the exit point where you're standing at.
So they look like they're running towards me.
Yeah, running towards you.
Oh, I hate that. Oh, I hate
Okay, cool. Do any of them have like a sword, not a sword, but do any of them have like a shield or is there like are there is their clothing also like petrified or
Yes, their clothing is petrified. For the most part, a lot of them look like they do have like stone shields or stone weapons of sorts, a variety.
everything's
Um,
petrified? Okay.
yeah, they look like much older types of like sort of style of dress than currently what you're wearing. Um, there is one or two that looks a little less scared, but however, they are more dressed in sort of refined nobility attire.
Okay. I'm gonna keep my back to where they're running from,
Mm-hmm.
right? Yeah. And then I'm taking out my sword and using it to kind of like look behind me.
Mm-hmm.
Um and like just be at the ready.
Mhm.
Uh
Alright.
if I see movement, I'm a dive first off.
Okay. We'll hold on that for a moment.
Mm,
Let's,
not.
well, it's fine. Nevin, how are you doing? What are you doing?
So just to be clear,
Mm-hmm.
so on one side, the little scamp's going window shopping,
Yes.
and off down another way,
Mhm.
Ifori is traipsing about. So interests are diverging at this point.
Yes.
Damn. Well, because see, my one instinct is to take the sort of hooked part of my pointy stick and just kind of grab like the shoulder of Casey's shirt and just drag him
No.
along. But I
No, wait.
but I
How?
but see the problem with that is I don't want to drag him toward whatever the hell Ifori's doing.
Okay.
You don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
How do I put this? Ever since we split off from the main group of treasure hunters in this forest,
Mm-hmm.
we've run into two hairy situations, and Ifori was proudly at the helm of both of them.
Rude.
Wait, can we play that out?
Sure. We can put like.
Can we say what are you doing?
Well, very simply, if anybody is going to, I'm so sorry, I'm having trouble wording at the moment.
No problem.
Golly. If you start lagging behind, we might not realize it until you realize there's no one to come back for you.
I'm not
So,
lagging behind.
keep up.
They're lagging ahead.
Mm-hmm.
I
Better
just
walk
want to
faster.
see if there's anything good inside these houses. Where's the others?
He just sort of points in their general direction, like with the spear. Just
All right.
and Ifori's got an idea, and I suspect if we leave him to it, it might be his last. So we should
Or he
probably
does attract trouble.
The betrayal.
I mean, says a 40 somewhere else.
I hear it. Like it's like cut to a
I hear slander.
The ears are
Yeah.
burning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I found it best to keep a good distance from Ifori because if there is a problem, he can solve it alone.
Can
Because
he?
he's got a fire hand and a fire foot. And all I can do is, just throw my goat at him.
I love it so much.
But maybe if we keep a distance, I'll go with you. I can come back later, I guess.
We'll stay a fair piece back, but we should at least be an eyesight of them.
All right, just keep this in mind, all right? Just, nobody's been here for how long? Like hundreds of years or something?
Nobody's come here for thousands of years.
Okay, so people might have left, like, their valuables inside.
All right. Compromise.
I don't know what that means.
We'll make a deal. We'll watch a Fori to make sure that he doesn't lead all of us into slaughter. And then we
Okay.
can go window shopping after.
There's dogs around here.
I'm so sorry, that's my dog.
Yeah.
See, I told you there were things down here.
Speaking of dogs,
Oh no.
I think for our two compatriots, Aram and Valen, because you do have the sort of nature tied to the visions past, because it's just so imbued for you, you can understand what the voices are saying. Release the hounds of Nagane. Release them to hunt the prisoners. And down the way there is a sort of snarling noise, snuffling with heavy footsteps. And then you see it. About as large as a horse. A sort of reptile type of creature with multiple eyes alongside its head and a very sharp, like, snout with like little barbs, teeth. It has hooves and it is scaly.
It's not a goat.
How high am I still?
You're still pretty
Important
high. However, the creature is real. So other people can see it as well. But they don't know. They don't hear what the ghosts are calling it.
And to be clear, clarification, are we all seeing this thing now?
Yes, this lizard creature, you are seeing it.
Am I seeing it? Am I seeing its reflection, or am I seeing it directly?
See it directly because it's out on the street.
Okay. Has it by its manner, can any of us tell if it has seen us?
What's its behavior?
It has seen Valen because Valen's walking towards it.
Valid.
With rope in hand.
Yeah. I think it's just snuffling around the ground. Every so often, it would see like a sort of chunk of rubble, and then just sort of like lick it. Probably trying to get salt or something. It's just lumbering about as an animal does.
As
So
it
what?
lumbers, as it lumbers, I keep my I'm just gonna light up my hand and my foot again.
What? You don't want to spook it?
I'm not moving. I just lit up my stuff.
Yeah, I don't spook animals. We gotta release it.
And I think you see Aram also Valen walking towards it, and kind of mouthing the voices that no one else can hear but he and Valen, saying release. And in my mind, I think I'm thinking about beasts don't deserve this. The hound should be released. And So I'm sort of like slow, not very fast, but very slowly walking towards the scaly hooved lizard.
Aram, I'm going to make this a risk roll. What are your intent is to make contact with the creature, or?
So I'm like above the table, like I'm just trying to honor the ghostly nostalgia and the voices that I'm hearing. I'm not actually, I don't think Aram is trying to do something here. So if you would, I'm absolutely open to making it a risk roll, but I'm more just trying to sort of honor the condition that I am under. I don't like that cackle chaotic. I just wanted to know that, and I want to sort of name that.
Yeah.
That cackle is horrifying.
It's a risk roll because you're getting close to a very dangerous beast. Fair. In terms of what can go wrong, I think
nothing.
I'm going to be the only person to offer this because like I know exactly what would go wrong. You end up in combat with this creature because it wants to eat you. Just a note, it's an endurance 10.
I don't want to fight anything. I just happen to end up fighting shit.
You're a decent distance away, so you could avoid fighting it a priori.
Excellent, good to know.
So Devil's Bargains. Since if you just are the one that doesn't want to fight this the most, I will just ask you for a Devil's Bargain and no one else.
Okay. Oh wait, you want me to give one?
Yeah.
Devil's Bargain. I
was a look.
am drawing a blank so hard right now. I can't really think of anything.
Well, how about we revisit Aram's drive?
Yeah,
the transformation stuff I think could be a possibility here, maybe.
Yes, such as well as Countess Shima's Forbidden Festival.
Can we have a reminder of what Aram's drive is?
Attending Countess Shima's festival.
And I think the idea is that whoever cured me of my formerly beast-bitten status, that to me, like their goal was to sort of like get something at the festival. And so this to me is about repaying a debt more than it is about my interest in Countess Shima or the festival. But sort of like because I feel this debt, I feel like I need to pay it back by going to the festival.
Okay.
But I love the festival or something about my beast past and nature.
Oh, but wait. So we can avoid this fight.
Yes, if Aram manages to just generally not spook this creature or make it think that Aram is food or what have you. So
okay, so if he so the Devil's Bargain is we can.
Yeah, it's something that happens no matter what, regardless of success or failure.
So
in
no
exchange
matter
for another die, for another light die.
Yeah. So no matter what happens, you will always feel a yearning for your beast.
Ooh.
Get some beast flare up.
All right. You want to take that?
I extremely want to take that.
Okay. Do you have any relevant skills? Because we sort of skipped over that.
So given the Devil's Bargain, I think I do, which is one of my skills is transformation. So
calling forth your beast to engage with another beast. All right. So that would be 2 light. No dark for now because it's not exactly aggressive.
Okay, 2 light. Okay. It says I rolled a 6.
A 6. You have narrative control. As you approach this creature, what does it look like? As it seems to take you kindly.
So I think Aram is like Valen, like hearing these voices, and I'm kind of mouthing, release the hounds to chase the prisoners as I'm sort of slowly walking. And it's really this trance-like state, you know, it's not a fast walk. And I think Aram realizes, like, much too late, you know, let's say sort of like feet within the creature's like running range, let's say, kind of, I snap out of my reverie, and there's absolutely a recognition and kind of a sort of like sudden moment of like waking up, eyes kind of open and sort of shaking, kind of like recognizing the creature. And I think what's perplexing maybe to all who view is that a fairly natural or maybe typical human reaction would be fear or terror at this kind of intense monster that's looming above. But I think Aram, two things. One, sort of clocks the reaction of this monster being more positive. And also, I think there's a real dark and very visceral connection between Aram and the monster. And so I think without even realizing it, there's kind of like a not an actual full transformation, but just like as a human, like Aram used to being hunched over, used to really closed language and like huddled, just kind of like still in human form completely, but sort of like throws back his arms and his head and sort of just yells in a way that is very strange and not typical. And I think the monster kind of matches it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a safe moment, but I think it's very creepy to any who can see it, which I guess is everybody.
Yeah, I'm gonna treat you very differently after this exchange.
Yeah, the creature, it howls back at you, sort of a call and response type of thing. I'm going to ask what everyone else is doing because Aram is howling with a very large lizard creature as big as a horse, so it's echoing throughout the city. Just
Nevin, unless Doc, you want to counter me on this because it does involve you. Nevin is going to kind of eyes locked on the scene in front of him, not even looking, but he is backing up and sort of squaring his stance so that he has a shoulder in front of Cassian, kind of blocking off. If anything's going to happen, it's going to happen to him first.
That's very brave of him, and also that shoulder's very far in front of Cassian because he's backing the fuck up.
Yeah, that's the second part. Is he is spear is at the ready in front, but he is just taking a hold of a bit of Cassian's clothing. He could pull away if he wanted to, but he's taking a bit and saying, "Yeah, stay with me."
I think seeing Nevin like do something protective, you know what I mean, like that. Cassian is inspired and pulls out his longsword and holds it like a kid holding a baseball bat for the first time. Is like, it's full, like he can barely hold it up.
Just don't get lost.
Valen, what are you doing?
Valen is staring slack-jawed between Aram and the puppy-like creature. Because the voices within their head were saying to like release the hounds. And Aram is doing just that. So it's almost like a look of awe, like you're doing it. Like you're completing the task. So I think like in his voice, hold on. You're one of the pack now. Even though you're loyal to it, now you gotta believe it. Release the hounds, Aram. But yeah, not
I
backing
think
up.
I think there's a moment after, again, this guttural howl and kind of like a stare like between the creature and Aram, and there's kind of like a moment shared and acknowledgement. And I think then Aram turns to sort of like realizes a little bit of himself. So like doesn't come back fully, but sort of like is like panting and like looks around, and I think notices Nevin, you sort of like in a very protective stance. And I think there's kind of a combination of reactions. I think there's instantly kind of like a shift in stance, and the kind of hood drops and kind of like turned away in a little bit of embarrassment. And I think there's also, though, still, despite that change, it's not like Aram's like back to normal. Like there's not like a shift back to the old Aram. There's still both like physically and I feel mentally in Aram, I'm still feeling that like kind of like a flexed hand of sort of like kind of like a little bit of bloodlust, like still in like pounding, like I can feel my heart beating and still the adrenaline rushing, but there's still also embarrassment. And so there's sort of like still a connection with the creature, but I definitely feel the embarrassment from Aram and try to sort of hide it with like we need to keep looking, but I think it's clear the voice is different and the gait is different.
Yeah, I'm also not only like looking at the creature, but like have a defensive stance against you as well. Like everything on that end is like now my enemy kind of situation.
So Valen doesn't, the internal turmoil that Rom's going through, they don't see it. They see them, shirking away from like this glorious thing that Valen believes they just witnessed Rom do. So they're gonna step forward and like place on an encouraging hand on him. It's like, no, you said trust that feeling. You must release them. Do not hide from this. And was there anything else that was whispered by these creatures? I've kind of like focused on the release the hounds, but they're just gonna like repeat more of like what was whispered, but with an emphasis on the release the hounds.
Yes, it's release the hounds of Nagane. Nagane is a country to the south of like the greater part of Kalduhr. It's just north of the Bone Sea, vast desert area. Nagane does, as general symbols, that's something you would know, has a affinity for snakes.
Oh, Valen is very much mistaking this creature as the hound. He does not know that history.
Okay. Ifyori, since you did have your weapon up and you were trying to both keep an eye on both like what Aram is doing with this monster, as well as just keeping an eye on the reflection of the blade of what's behind you, someone is approaching.
From behind?
From behind, it seems to be a woman in a beautiful dress that is of greens that are bedazzled with like sequins and whatnot. Very rich and noble, and looks happy as she's smiling. Her eyes are slits down the middle
seems
like
nice.
a snake's.
She seems great.
Yeah.
She's real chill.
Is
that's
she
her
coming
dog.
up? Is she coming up behind the goat and everybody?
No, she's coming from the villa.
Okay.
So behind you
So
first.
through the garden of stone people.
Yeah, of stone people.
Cool.
Yeah, the stone statues, something you also notice their heads turn towards her, some of them.
Ha! Ha ha ha!
Not like
Those are
turned actively, but when they were
Yeah,
carved.
So like actively, like sort of like on a swivel, turn
They
towards her.
animate?
They animate ever so slightly, like grindingly slow.
cool. Not the Doctor Who fan in me saying GTFO.
You saw me saying don't blink at the chat.
Yep.
It is not Doctor Who. I will say
I-
this.
Mhm.
Valid.
Yeah, it's still not a good time.
No, it's just flashbacks.
I'm going to put on my big kid voice and say we like just as commanding as possible, just be like, we need to leave now.
Oh, but leaving so soon when you just arrived here? I have to welcome you into my home. It's only proper manners.
Thank you, but no thank you. Guys, we gotta go.
Oh, listen here. I know how dangerous the streets are, and you must come in here quickly before those terrible, terrible beasts. I do have some wards against them. So,
Can we all hear this? Woman
yes.
speaking. I'm not sure about distance and stuff like that, but I
Yeah.
think that when Cassian hears that, he's like, finally some good news. And to
Mm.
cause more problems, starts heading toward the villa.
Mhm.
Asian, if you move one more inch, I will personally fireball you.
And he stops.
Oh,
So what does it mean? He turns to Valen. What does it mean to be fireballed? What does that mean?
Does it sound like a good thing?
Maybe it'll miss and hit the goat. Oh, lamb chops. Goat chop.
oh, I don't. Why are you just so mean? It's just so terrible. And I thought I could have a conversation with people who weren't mean or terrible or trying to kill me, because everything wants to kill me down here. I'm just so alone. And like this lady starts to cry.
White woman
Oh,
tears have
no.
no effect on me.
Bro, true. Cancel her. Cancel her.
I do not wish to offend. I also do not wish to die. I don't want to fight anybody. I just want to leave. With my friends.
That was a
We're
long
split
pause. just so you
currently,
know.
right?
Added as an
Long pause.
addendum
is
like,
Dot.
long ellipsis there.
Mhm. Don't understand. I did nothing wrong to you. I don't know what sort of thing I caused for offense. But please, I must make you an offer before you go. Will you marry me? I will note.
Wedding episode!
I will note if you accept, you will immediately be lost.
oh, yeah, no. uh, how to politely say no thank you. I'm gay.
I don't like labels. Yeah. I don't...
You are not my type.
And with that, I think she snaps her fingers, and all of the stone statues turn towards you, and some of them draw blades and are going to try to close in around you.
Try and this is why white women tears have no effect on me. Yeah, so I already got my fire up and my sword in my other hand. I am still only talking to her reflection.
Forgot about that part.
Yeah. I'm going. Oh, this is gonna suck, but if it worked for Theseus, I should be fine. I'm gonna close my eyes and turn around and ready myself to fight these statues,
All right.
relying very heavily on my ears.
This is going to be a combat roll again, with stone statues, with multiple of them, as well as Submet Ilska, the lady. This will be an endurance 10.
Yeah.
I
Roll
have
your-
a question that could get me into trouble, but
Yeah.
I am curious.
Can you make this harder on me, buddy?
Don't have to do this, but
Yes, you do.
I'm curious if it would be possible to, especially given Valen's stopping me with their hand on my arm, saying like, "You got to release him," and with these stone people acknowledging it could go very, very wrong. I'm curious if I could be stopped by Valen, and then as I'm going to disengage with the beast, re-engage with the scale lizard, and try to send the scale lizard after the stone people.
This will be a risk roll to reduce endurance.
I don't see why. It seems like kind of a given, but I
don't see how this could go wrong.
yeah, it's yeah.
Not really.
I'm totally joking, Paddock. I totally get it. But yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely a risk roll.
Yeah, this will be a risk roll, but however, I think just with the timing that we should go on break soon. Yeah,
This
we
is
just
what we call a
Cliffhanger.
cliffhanger.
Yeah.
yeah.
See, be back soon.
Bye.
And we're back. But let's see how
But at what
people
cost?
I suppose about at least a couple of points of ruin, I imagine. We'll see some struggling with this particular fight. And maybe more struggling because
A lot of
depending on-
confidence in us, Chaotic. Thank you. That's
no,
always
I
good
looked
to
it up and I know
feel
what
like
you
we do.
have, and it's just like, I don't know how you're gonna get out of this one.
Oh no.
Alive.
I'm so
Chaotic, stop
excited.
sugarcoating us. Can you just like be straight? It's with us. It's hard to like
Not
see
until
through all
after
that
the first
sugarcoating.
round.
Oh no.
The trouble with a game system. This is. I mean, I don't want to criticize Trophy Dark. I'm just saying the challenge of a game system where you don't know what any of these creatures are. Like, I have no frame of reference for a Gorgon or for a Basilisk or anything like that. The trouble being is I don't know when to run away. So,
We're building
You know?
story.
I tried to get us to run away, or
you told me not
get
to
out.
move.
I told everyone we needed to leave, and then she started talking, and I was like, "Well, fuck, we're stuck here now."
Damn it, we're in conversation.
We're the puppet.
Yeah. So if you're a weak point, presumably you're vulnerable because you're trying to fight effectively blindfolded.
Yeah, wait, should I roll that dice to see how bad it is?
Yeah, I
Yes.
was going to ask: do we need to resolve the reducing ruin, or sorry, reducing endurance, or?
I'm going to have people who are involved in combat roll weak points before
Oh,
we roll
gotcha.
the combat roll, we'll do the risk roll.
So I rolled a 1
Good.
for mine.
Mm-hmm.
So me being blind, I've done this shit before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyone else getting involved?
I hate to be like Casey would never voice, but like, even though the sword is out, my dude is not going to rush over there, you know. So I don't think he is involved. I think he is still at the periphery behind his protector, behind
Oh
Nevin.
man. See, I'm trying to decide whether Nevin sticks with the kid or tries to cover Ifori. Because he's not confident in Ifori right now. I should say, not confident in Ifori's survivability. It's nothing to do with him. It's just the odds.
Tell him to run.
I think Aram is getting involved in the combat, but through the beast. So I don't know
Yeah.
how that counts exactly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Can
you
we
wouldn't-
just like?
Go ahead.
Can I get one more picture of this before we make this
Yeah.
decision?
Uh,
Ifori surrounded by how many stone people?
At least 5 stone people
Enough.
And someone else
and
Yeah.
someone else.
who can animate them.
Typically, with multiple enemies, you just add like 1 to the endurance, unless there is a significant amount more, which is like 5 humanoids is a significant amount. So that's why
Yeah.
I added 2
And-
to the highest endurance, which is 8.
I think that Cassian's instinct here that takes over is not to fight, but to just like yell as loud as he can, which is not very loud, for like Ifori and the others, like, let's get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's not in combat. He's like, let's scram.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How far away are the two groups?
Enough that if Fiori probably has to go at least 1 single round before she can get out. Before he can get out of there.
My understanding, and someone correct me if I'm wrong, is it was basically us, like
You
the
you guys,
lads,
yeah.
and then the 2 wolves within me in the middle,
Mhm.
and then over on this side would be Ifori and the stone
Yeah.
people and the all
Okay.
that.
All right.
And
So
Lightning King the goat.
yeah. So effectively, everyone but Fiori and the stone stone people and the lady are out on the street. There is 1 giant lizard guy and just you guys. So
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I'm probably holding ground but not entering combat. I am very much if something comes this way, I want to be between it and Cassian.
mhm.
And I think that Cassian will follow that lead and also wait for the others to retreat. And then as soon as he sees turning we go back the way we came.
Valen, are you entering combat?
Valen is pretty much at Amari's shoulder. I'm waiting to see kind of like what they around shoulders are, what they do, and encourage them again to just release the hounds.
Okay. So it's just Ifyori in this first round of combat. Okay.
Great. You guys are great.
And it's
Thanks
not
a lot.
personal,
Fun.
it's tactical.
Look at the chat.
Yeah.
I already have a second character. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Risk roll time.
Not helping a nerdy adoptee. We're not doomed.
We're not doomed. Ifori.
Ifyori.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your intent is reducing ruin. Doc, what can go wrong?
For a Fori,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the worst thing that could happen here is a Fori joins the Stone Chorus.
I mean, in terms of like sending the hounds after the stone statues.
In terms of sending the hounds, okay.
Yeah.
In terms of sending the hounds, that the hounds are under her command as well.
Okay.
Pretty good one.
That would be bad.
Is this
So-
open to
First light die. Where are you getting it from?
Huh?
Is this for Ifori or
This is for Aram.
Aram,
making,
okay.
Make it commanding the hound.
Gotcha?
Yes.
So
Thank you.
I can chaotic. I kind of defer to you. I'm assuming like the easiest tie I can think of is transformation, my skill.
All right.
But I could make a case for darkness too, if that's more interesting flavor wise. But transformation seems obvious to me as a.
Even though multiple skills may apply, you just need one. So that's your first light die.
That's good.
Devil's Bargain. Sam, I would like a Devil's Bargain.
For
Man.
trying to send the beast
Yeah.
over to.
Yeah,
So-
it's something that's going to happen no matter what.
I don't know if this apply, but could Aram be forced into his beast form and run alongside it for a short time
That is a Devil's Bargain.
before they are able to like regain themselves?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Sam, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Chaotic, I'll take that devil's bargain.
Okay. Since your previous roll was successful, I would say you're not in danger currently, so that would be just too light.
Okay, too light. Perfect. I love it. Okay, light. Da-da-da. Okay, it says Aram rolled a 5.
5.
Oh, 5. Oh no.
I'm just checking for specifically
oh, no.
risk roll in combat. Because that's...
I don't remember. Some
Okay.
things are high and some things are low, and I don't remember which is when.
Yeah, so 5 light. Yeah. I'm gonna
I
say
don't like that smile, chaotic. I don't like that smile.
I'm gonna say that the complication is that until like you will be part of like this reduction, therefore you cannot participate in combat,
Yeah, like out of their mind.
and you will not
So-
transform until after combat. So
World-wise, how are like beast spitting like seen within this world? Like as a group, this would probably be one of our first times ever seeing them transform into this.
Yeah.
What would like the reaction of the group be to this?
Yeah, is there any cultural?
yeah, there's a specific reason why it's called cured beast bitten. Cured beast bitten are those who have control over their beastly forms, and since they pay taxes, for the most part, they are considered like folk as part of like the empire of the world. Uncured beast bitten are looked down upon because they only exist in their animal state and have no semblance of control over their actions and have a tendency to eat people. So it's like, okay, we have to like capture these people and try to cure them.
I see.
I'd love to hear like what the turning into beast form looks like.
Yeah, because they can be pretty much of any animal.
Mhm.
But it just needs to be able to bite.
Yeah. I also want to hear Aram describe what it's like when he wolfs
Right.
out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Does it have to be a wolf?
No,
Doesn't have to be a
anything
wolf.
No, I was
Anything
just
can
making a
bite.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer reference. But
Yeah,
Oh,
it's,
fair,
it's
fair.
anything that can bite. There are pig beasts, but out in the world, and they are terrifying monsters.
Oh, they would be. That's that 30 to 40 wild hogs.
hmm
I've actually had to outrun some of those. Florida's a crazy place. That's all I'm saying, guys.
Okay.
Crocodile.
You know, if Ori being Florida man does put a lot into context.
Yeah.
Honestly.
So, John, do you agree to this roll, or do you want to try to re-roll to try to get a 6?
I agree to this role, and kind of a question chaotic because I love all these things that are happening to honor both what you just said, but also to honor the devil's bargain that was made.
Mhm.
I absolutely, I guess I'm trying to run this by you. I completely agree to it. So like, I totally understand I am not part of this combat and I'm not actually transforming, but I do kind of want to, if it sounds okay with you,
Yep.
honor the devil's bargain. And so I kind of wonder if I like, even if I'm in human form, still like very bizarrely, like run alongside the lizard, even if I'm not participating in combat and I'm not transformed. It's just sort of this like very odd looking,
Yeah.
like animal like, but not. Does that sound
Mm.
okay?
Yeah. Effectively, you're acting as part of like the reduction. So like you are quote unquote participating, but not like doing necessarily damage. So it
additional
is
combat. Yeah.
it is a 9 endurance. If you're for roll 1 dark die as your combat roll, just to see if you are going to get hit or not.
Okay, so
at first I thought you meant roll 1 dice to see if you can get above a 10 on a 1d6, and I was like, that's kind of mean chaotic. Kind of mean chaotic.
So, am I looking for a high number or a low number?
You're looking for any number besides 1 because that is your weak point.
Okay, cool. Because I got a 5.
Okay. You get to narrate how you start swinging, like at them, but you don't defeat them.
Okay, cool. So, Afori is what am I? A champion, a liberated prisoner. They haven't spoke before, but they fought blindfolded before. For various reasons. There's a scar across his eye for one of them. So he listens out, and every time, like, these stone creatures are not silent. So when they get into range, I definitely like aim and get them in like at least body shots or like taking off some sort of appendage or making contact each time.
Mm-hmm.
But they aren't kill shots because I am doing this blind.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Before we get into Aram's sort of transformation, as well as like the Hound of Nagane, reducing the ruin description, I will give you a detail about one of the defenses of these stone statues.
Cool.
Your blade makes contact and it bounces off ringing because they have stone skin and they're invulnerable to sharp, slicing, or piercing weapons.
Cool. So if that's happening, then I use that to figure out where they are, and then I end up punching them with my flaming hand.
They are also, as you throw a punch with your flaming hands, it doesn't break because they are immune to fire.
Okay. But are they immune to the force?
They are not immune to the force, but again, this is your fist.
Luke?
Yes. Which is already crushed. So
I know you just broke that thing.
I already broke it. Let's see.
Yeah. It's just gonna suck
A fine
later.
jest.
So basically, I'm just ringing and like punching these things
Mhm.
until I tire myself out, and or like they leave me the fuck alone.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's all I've got,
Yeah,
y'all. I
yeah.
don't have anything.
Run.
Basically,
Run.
I'm taking my whistle and blowing it, I'm blowing my whistle very, very loudly for help.
Yeah. Aram narrates how the endurance is reduced by the Hound of Nagane and yourself.
Jeez.
So, kind of just to again confirm, because I want to make sure I honor how you want this scene to
Mhm.
go out. The Hound of Nagane is going with me. I am
Yeah.
part of the reduction, but is one of the constraints that you said that I can't transform or that I do transform?
You do transform, and you cannot participate in the combat role.
Gotcha.
As
Okay.
long as this current combat is happening.
That makes total sense. So I think the scene you see is the sort of that hooved lizardy creature sort of like taking this kind of like scraping the ground like almost like a bull, and then really charging towards the stone people, and immediately like ramming one, and sort of just like causing kind of lots of like havoc amongst the chorus of stone people. And then I think in the background you see just sort of like shades of kind of Aram again continuing to sort of like guttural scream, but it's becomes less and less human sounding and less sort of like a human yelling and like a man yelling, and sort of more and more it's like high pitched, and it really seems almost sort of like a whine or a cry, and then sort of like bounding like pretty far down with these sort of like two-legged strides, like sort of like both hunched over, but sort of like arms also spread wide. One of the things outside of the corner of your eyes that you see is a Ram kind of like coming over, still pretty visibly a Ram, but also like grotesque in a lot of ways, just sort of swooping over the side of the lizard. And there's kind of like jagged, what look kind of like feathers but are also like human bone, like protruding out of like parts of both of his arms, and then also what sort of like seems like kind of like a sharp like bone coming out of his face where his nose is or was, and so sort of like nose still there but also sort of like this almost sort of like grotesque proto kind of like beak, and kind of like at least of one of the stone people, just this kind of very odd looking kind of like just pecking. But and even though these stone people are like not impervious to things like swords and things like that, the pecking is so ferocious and just rageful, that eventually it does kind of like strike because of the force and the rapidity, almost like a woodpecker, but again just like man-sized and sort of like bloody bones, just pecking away, as this like shriek goes through echoes through the halls.
Question.
Yeah.
Remember when I said that we were going to hang back until they attack and something comes toward us? Seeing this, Cassian's assumption is that Aram has been overtaken and is a lost cause, and Cassian runs. Like he's gone. Like, he seems like, no, they've got Aram, and he turns and like tries to leave.
Yeah, all right.
Just
Where
back
are
the way
you?
they came.
Back the way you came?
Well, I
Don't
mean,
feel like that.
away from this to a familiar place that we have been already.
Okay. Probably in that little enclave before. I. What is everyone else outside of combat doing? Besides Cassian.
Cassian is like scrambling and backing away as quick as he can.
I think after watching just whatever just happened with Aram, like completely taken away by just like the majestic nature of what Valen just witnessed. Because like again, high out of his mind, like they are filling in things that aren't actually there. Like Aram is glowing to them. Like the hounds have been released. Like the prophecy has been fulfilled. Like amazing. Taking that energy from what Aram just said, Valen is going to like run, like charge forward, yelling as a man, to like enter the fray of this battle, with them. So
Yeah. Roll your weak point.
the weak point is that button. Roll. Weak point is 3.
Okay. 1 and 3 are the numbers we're looking for a void. Nevin, are you joining the combat, or are you just hanging back still?
You know, torn between the urge to jump in and help and the urge to not lose the kid who is taking off. I
Leaving
think
a puddle behind him.
truly, I think he's taking a couple of steps back. He's sort of looking back and just cursing between clenched teeth. Like every tendon in his body is just strained right now. And he finally just turns and runs after the kid.
Okay. Second round of combat, but however, since there's 2 participants, it's now a combat 3. Valen, I would like you to roll this time.
All right. So I am rolling combat. Unidos Trace.
You got this.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
A monster is defeated if its endurance is 5 or less.
We were looking for an endurance 9.
What does that mean? Damn it.
I mean,
Okay,
9
I
and
get
5
it.
sound about the same,
No.
right? That's my.
I
I'm
don't
not
like
a
this.
mathematician, but I think that's right.
and also Valen, it does hit you because it does hit your
Okay,
weak
I
point.
got a 3. 2, 3,
Yep.
2. Oh, damn it.
Damn.
All right, that was a horrible roll.
All right. If you're,
Yeah.
it sounds like some of your compatriots have run away, but also some of your compatriots have joined you in the fray.
Not the smart ones.
The Hound of Nagane is like keeping some of the stone statues away from you,
Okay.
just so you're not overwhelmed. Valen has your back.
Okay.
What are you doing this round? As like you're holding your own.
Okay. Yay. Can this is gonna be can I try grabbing one of the stone weapons that's coming towards me and then flipping around and using it?
As sort of a blunt weapon?
Yeah, because if my sharp won't work, maybe a club will.
Since you did not get any hits, I will allow you to do that for free.
Yeah.
I will tell you what it does next round, though.
It'll break probably, but that's fine.
I will
Okay.
not say it now. Mhm.
Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna keep doing my help whistle. It's why I have it. And
that's nearby. Okay.
yeah, no, this is gonna be great.
What's nearby? I heard that. What's nearby?
I'm
I'm just thinking about like stuff that can hear you.
yeah.
Oh, I hate this. Oh, I hate this.
I will if I
Can I
didn't
do?
have
You can't do that. That's like saying like, oh, I know a secret. Oh, I shouldn't tell you.
Not my sword to
I
tell.
shouldn't.
I'm
Rid of some teas and
at
stuff.
this point, I don't care. If I die in glory. So we are going to use our help whistle um until someone helps me who's not high. No offense, Valen.
Now,
Um
beggars can't be choosers.
yes, I
If
can.
this is how you treat the people who help you.
You ran away.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just keep swinging and keep blowing my whistle because my
All
eyes
right.
are closed. So
All right. Valen?
I get to attack again.
Yeah. Effectively, you get to like narrate either how you take the hit, either through ruin or marking an armor to like take the brunt. It's only one, so you may not want to mark armor currently.
No, my cloak.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I need to narrate how Valen takes damage.
Yeah.
Cool. So Valen again is running headlong into this fray. They felt emboldened not only by the crabs but by the bestial transformation, and I think in their excitement to do so, and running with the spear, it's more of a crash into like this wall of stone statues than a graceful let me join this fight, and they just bang themselves up, getting like tossed to and fro from like these statues as they try to regain their footing and like keep hold of this spear that they have, which is not really meant for close combat. Their distance perception was a little bit off. So these things are definitely just walloping on him with free hits. Like he's too speedy to get fully stabbed, but he's getting banged up. It was cool. And then I just mark one ruin. Or how does damage work?
Yeah. So ruin is just like your starting ruin is 3, so it would go up to 4.
That's fine. We could take 2 more.
Mm-hmm.
Cool beans. All right, that's it for me.
Mm-hmm. All right. If you're right, I would like a since this is round 3, so that would be 5 dice.
okay.
We're looking for 9
You can do
with the
it.
2
Total?
high,
Like
9 total with the 2 highest dice.
I'm sorry. I'm terrible at math. Okay, so I got a 5
Mm-hmm.
and a 4.
9.
Yay!
Did you get any 3s or 1s?
Yes.
We do it! How many 3s did we get?
I only got 1 3 and
How
I
many?
got 1 1.
Both of us.
Yeah.
Going down with the ship over here.
Okay.
Fine.
Yeah, so you can either take 1 ruin or mark armor to avoid taking that 1 ruin. Note, you cannot unmark armor until you get back to town.
Do I have armor?
Most likely.
I do have armor. I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
Okay.
Just to note, in case you change your mind right now, is that armor can be marked to take any amount of ruin during combat. So if you take like 5 ruin, you can mark armor to ignore all of that. So
No, I trust my dice. I should be fine.
okay. So
Famous last words.
I'm gonna die at school. I've got a backup
Trust
character.
my dice. What's the worst that could happen?
all right.
Brimstone is just to send you out in a blaze of glory.
Yes.
All right.
This is fine.
Yeah.
I'm like, do it
I
go
think
up one more?
just because of just noting on time, I think Valen, I would like you to narrate what you see because like you're probably the only one with your eyes open. about like how this combat finishes out.
Okay, with a are you using your armor to take any of the damage, or are you
Yeah.
taking the ruin?
Uh,
I marked it already, so I'm using the the armor to mark the thing.
Gotcha. And your armor is older games then.
Mhm.
So Valen's watching as Afori destroys the stone creatures, correct?
Mhm.
All right. So zooming out a little bit, we see that the puppy creature lizard thing, and Amara just like throwing these stone creatures like in the background, but focusing more on Afori, who is literally keeping this whole line at bay, while the others seek refuge. It's like poetry in motion, quite literally. Like there's no way that Valen could accurately describe this because Afori is literally blindfolded. They are floating in brilliant glory, swinging around like it's like any shift of like rock and rubble. They are immediately swinging towards it. But the difficulty with that is that the ground itself here is also stone. So I think as like the cadence of battle picks up, Afori is no longer able to recognize more like the sounds of the creatures moving. It's becoming more jumbled, and more hits are landing on Afori, like bruising and battering their body, until eventually, like that leather gamson that, I mean, Afori was shirtless. They, perfect from the description, they don't have much on them to begin with. But that last sort of vestiges of like leather armor that they do have, that they've somehow been able to like pivot to take the brunt of that damage, just like completely crumbles away and shatters as they swing around and flourish with their flaming fists to just kind of, with pure brute force, somehow like the heat of this flame, it's almost like the stone melts around their hand as he punches through the rock and watches as it crumbles around them. Can the blindfold like fall off now too?
I think it was just a metaphorical blindfold.
Oh no, it was a literal blindfold.
In terms of something else, Fury, that you do find out, even though you didn't get to use it long enough to count as a reduction sort for the weakness for the roll, because next round it would have been 8. The weakness of these stone statues are blunt weapons. So,
Yay!
so in case you've come across any more, you do know that.
I take like whatever crumbles in my hand as I'm swinging. I pick up whatever stone weapon is like I can feel near me. It might be an arm, it might be like a hammer, and I start swinging with that.
Yeah. John, I would like you to make a gold 9 roll for the treasure that is found. And just a question for you, Fury. What happens to the lady, Samet Ilska? Because I think we were so focused on the stone statues. Does she run away, or do you kill her?
I think she disappeared into the dark as I was dealing with a bunch of stone.
Okay.
Yeah, storyteller me is loving that. Player me is like, you fucking idiot. You could have just killed her. But she seems all hoity-toity and like, I'm not sticking around to fight these guys. She wanted to marry me, not fight
she would
me.
get her hands dirty. She just wants to find a husband.
Exactly. So, yeah.
You know those hoity-toity types.
Don't you know it?
Looking for love.
Classically obsessed with marriage. Yeah.
Hoity-toity.
Cadix, you said roll a gold 9?
Yes.
Okay.
Just all the gold. Do it.
It says you found 2 gold.
2 gold.
So we
As-
win, right?
Yeah,
Two.
yeah,
We do the victory.
yeah.
I gotta keep track.
Oh, I mean, we win the whole campaign, right? So like we can end here and we
Yeah,
retire.
No, no,
Full
you-
401k. Yeah.
You need closer to 50 gold.
That's it. You found the roots of Kalduhr.
But we do
But
need
maybe
our
you go
gold
back
to
to
equal our
town.
burdens, correct?
Yes,
Before we can go back to town.
to go back to town, you need to meet your burdens.
Mm-hmm.
I think
I don't know what you're talking about. My burden was 0.
as like these statues break apart, you do realize like sort of in the sort of stomachs that there is like these sort of silver scales, and together they add up to like 2 gold worth of stuff. But before we end the night, we cut to a few scenes as we see our winners of combat calming down with Aram transforming back into a person, the Hound of Nagane probably chewing on like a head of like one of the statues very contently. We see Casey and
Also, winner
Nevin.
of combat.
Nevin closer back to the stairs, sort of panicking.
We
and-
also won because
Yeah.
we went left.
Mhm. But we cut somewhere else, further down the street, taking a little bit of a leisurely stroll. So I don't have the right page open.
I don't like it.
Is-
Leisurely down here.
Is a being wearing harlequin's clothes, silks, looking very drabbily as there's rips and holes in it. Very, very tall, about 6 feet, wearing a lion's mask, fully covering their head from front to back, and holding a bell, and just saying a bunch of words in Old Kalduhr that none of the group understands. Well, would understand if they were there. Because this is not a ghost. This is an immortal being currently. And that's where we're going to end today's session.
Fine. It's all fine.
Making
hate it.
friends left and right.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of
Truly.
people.
Mhm.
Friends are just
Truly.
strangers you haven't met yet. Or no, wait. The other way around.
Yeah.
Haven't eaten yet.
Goats are just food you haven't eaten yet.
Yeah.
Gotta fatten them up. It's all good.
Mhm.
By the way, whenever I run away from something, I drag the goat behind me.
Yeah. I have to
Sometimes
admit,
I
I kind
can't
of assumed
stand up.
Lightning King was leading the charge. He's like, I'm not doing this.
With the Avengers theme playing. Yeah.
Yeah,
I like to think that whenever Switch says that they need to go help the kid, it's actually the
Mhm.
goat and not.
the literal
Switch is being
kid.
very literal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Switch is being extremely literal.
Mhm.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. The kid and also that boy.
Mm-hmm. Secondary.
Whatever his name is.
Must say.
Yeah, we're just looking for a raid currently to see who's online
Alright.
at this hour.
Always
I-
looking
I-
for a raid. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna get that image out of my head.
It's that
of
raid life.
Aram just with the
Gonna
beak
raid.
and fucking bloody bone spur thing. Oh my,
Oh, that was so good.
it was so freaking good.
Versachiko's playing Assassin's Creed.
Tales from Table Studios.
Hey, we know them.
Yeah, do them.
Yeah.
They are
Yippee!
friends.
We're just faffing right now. I think we're still live.
No, we're good.
Yeah, we
are.
Do you want us
Say
to do our
goodbye.
outros?
Yeah.
Anybody know
Probably.
good jokes?
Hey, guys.
Or, yeah.
No, we're just joking around because we were going to see you next week. See what happens.
Bye.
Bye.
Caw.
Bye.